So, hello all. So, today we have two very special people in the house. One is Deepthi Rohila, who has secured All India rank 39 with the top score in geography optional this time, which is the highest score across humanities optional also as well. And we have Akansha Singh also, who has secured All India rank 44 and a very good and a modest marks in geography optional. And to your surprise, both are from Miranda House, and they will be telling their strategies today with respect to general studies and optionals as well. So first of all, I would like to invite Himanshu sir to greet them.
Welcome both of you. I am delighted that both of you are here. I would not like to speak too much because people who are sitting here definitely they have listened to me a lot. They want to listen to you both. So greet करते हैं. Okay. So I think it would be better that we discuss the strategy one by one.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, so I've secured All India rank 39, as Sir said. So I'll be sharing my essay and GS strategy in brief. In essay, my score is 110. And firstly, it was my second attempt, and I've given mains last year also. So last year, my score in essay was 105, and this year 110. And to essay, I believe the key is to identify what is asked, to understand the topic and not write what you know, but what is asked in the question. And especially in the philosophical type of essay, it becomes crucial that we understand the core, the core component what is asked. And when writing, try to add story in the introduction. And while writing the paragraphs, try to have a flow in the answer. Say if one paragraph is about culture, another should be about example of that culture. And in the conclusion, you can have a poem ready. So I had few similar sounding words so that a poem can be formed, whatever be the topic. So in my whole preparation journey, my focus was on making the structure or the frameworks, be it GS, be it essay, be it optional. So in poem also, I had made the structure that similar sounding words, and whatever be the subject, I'll make the poem accordingly. So that's about the essay. And in the GS1, my score is 100. So a big component would be geography, and it was my optional. So hence I scored, I think, decent marks. And I think the key in GS1 is differing from the paper wise. Say in society, the key is to write the contemporary examples and not make it mechanical. In geography, the answer can be mechanical. Say food security is asked. So there are components, say availability, accessibility, affordability, utility, sustainability. That is mechanical answer. We know the components. We will mix and match whether it is asked climate change or conflict. But in society, there needs to be some analysis, and there should be some writing. Say should, not, and all these words which we do not write in geography, that needs to be written in the society part. History, I believe, is covering from the prelims ke basis pe whatever we read, and that is, I think, that will suffice. Yeah, that's about GS1. And in GS2, I believe I got the score of 120, and IR was one of my favorite topics. So I think I wrote well there, writing recent examples. And I had again prepared some famous quotes by famous people, ex-NSA, External Affairs Minister, to be written in the conclusion. So, and in polity, also writing the analysis part in the answer and not just writing mechanically, I think can fetch you marks. And in GS3, I've gotten the score of 96. And in that also, I think geography optional really helped. Transportation, infrastructure, all these topics we study in the optional subject. But in GS3, the core lies in identifying the subparts. If you have seen this year's paper, there were, I think, 2 to 3 components asked even in the 10-marker question. So even if you have written 2 points in each, that will get the marks, not writing too many points in only the one component. So be mindful of identifying the subparts, and writing 2-3 points will, I think, fetch you marks. And writing recent examples in GS3. I had 1.1 example, I think, in every answer in the GS3 paper. Now coming to GS4, I've gotten the score of 125. And in that, I feel the key is writing the keywords basis and not just keeping the things mechanical. Say emotional intelligence and writing the example that is asked. Then in case study, I think I focus a lot and taking the keywords from the newspaper. Say Manipur conflict was there in the news. So there was in the newspaper, the buffer zone creation strategy was too much coming up. And that is a very practical approach also. I was not writing utopian ideas. So writing practical stuff, writing keywords, that is the key in ethics paper. Also, I relied a lot on toppers copies, how they're writing. I think Shruti Sharma ma'am have written really well in ethics. So I refer to her strategy, writing quotes. And there are only few quotes that can be repeatedly used. So try to use it in your test series so that it becomes natural and you're in the flow state when you're writing in the ethics. And yeah, that's it about the GS strategy. So optional may I've gotten the score of 323, and in paper 1 I've gotten 177, and paper 2 146. So I think again I'll emphasize on making the structures pre-prepared. And this is the first thing, that you should have structures for every PYQ answer that has been asked. Second important component is to identify what is asked in the question. In GS, it becomes easy that we can identify the subpart, but in optional, it is quite tough because the question is, say, define peneplain and what are the landforms associated in different geomorphical cycles. This was 23 ka paper. It is not just about two questions that has been asked. It is about introduction. It is about linking with the keywords, say structural school, cyclical school, Davis ka that diagram, that all come in the introduction. Then various geomorphological cycles, that is, say, fluvial, arid, karst, coastal, and glacial, periglacial. So one point on each. And then again, the answer is not ended. Then again, we have to write the counter, say, second cycle of development, then writing structural geomorphology ka school, and then concluding it with the keyword in the syllabus, say denudation chronology. So every answer has these components. And if you just write 2-3 lines or give every component a justice, I think you can get good score in geography. Then third, I believe, writing case studies, example, map, that to regional map, that can fetch you really good marks. And I mean, we all know the recent example. If there is deforestation, we'll write Amazon. If there is coral reef, we'll write Australia ka coral reef development. We all know. It's just the key to identify that this is asked in the question. So for that, I relied a lot on making the frameworks. If I give an example, my framework might sound very childish, but it is LAW-BHAI, that is land, air, water, biodiversity, hazard, and individual. In individual, there is economic, social, and political. So this component was used in 3 questions in paper 1, whether it is regional ecological changes or whether it is rural settlement ka impact on, I mean, there was a question, I think, rural and social environment ka impact on the rural settlement. So rural settlement also had the component ready that I will write on types, pattern, and morphology. In social, I'll write about caste, gender, etc. What are the components that we study in GS paper 1. Then in the physical, I had the LAW-BHAI wala component, and it was very comprehensive, dense, content dense answer. So I think that you should focus on and involve your friends in writing about or structuring the PYQs. That would be really helpful. And in paper 2, I believe if you take mapping seriously, then I think regional map regional examples, etc. come very naturally to you. So from the starting, take, say, 2 pages I'll study in the mapping. That's it. Because in the end, we tend to ignore or last में वो pile up हो जाता है, then we are not able to cover. And then we feel कि location तो everybody knows, but it's not like that. If you feel कि you need marks, I mean, if you want to improve your score in paper 2, rely on mapping component a lot. It is not just about 20 marks a question, but in the entire paper, the importance is very high. Yeah, I think so. That's the overall strategy.
Thank you, Deepti, for sharing your journey. And now I would like to invite Akansha Singh. She is also a professor in Ranchi University. So please come, Akansha, and share your strategy with the students. Okay.
Hi, good morning, all of you. Hope you all are doing well. I'll give a brief background. I have done my graduation from Miranda House, University of Delhi. And ये UPSC मेरा उस समय idea नहीं था करने का. तो उसके बाद I went on to do my post-graduation. Then from JNU, CSRD, then I did my MPhil. And after doing my MPhil, I started my preparation that I want to do this. And in the meanwhile, I was after 2019 was my first attempt at prelims. So in that year, मेरा 4 बार से I was not able to clear prelims. क्योंकि उस स्टेज में आई वॉज फेसिंग अ लॉट ऑफ, मतलब वो जिस तरह से बाइनरीज में सोचना होता है, प्रीलिम्स वाज नॉट माय acumen at that point, and but still I was attempting the exam because I was told that if you don't attempt the exam you lose touch with your preparation, you lose touch, so it is very difficult to start again. So even if I was failing, I was at least attempting the exam. So overall this is my 5th attempt, but this is the first time that I cleared prelims. This is the first time that I sat for mains, first interview and first selection. So as far as strategy is concerned, if you talk paper wise, a lot has already been said, very nicely summarized by Deepti. In essay my score was 129. In essay, I think this is the only paper in which I had a framework in mind. Most of the papers which I was attempting, I was not going with very strict frameworks. So in essay, the first section is usually philosophical, it's abstract. So to answer that, it looks quite vague. The topics which are given, they look quite vague. So the idea for me was to break the topic down. For instance, there was one topic this time which was called "Thinking is like a game and it is only fun when there are two parties to it," something of this nature. So I broke down the essay topic asking that what is thinking and how can it be a game and why is it fun when there are two parties involved in it, and so on. So that was my way of tackling abstract philosophical essay topics. The second part of the essay paper, section B, is usually more concrete. It has issues. This time there was one topic related to education, so I wrote on that. So and many people use the pestle approach in which you take various dimensions, which is political, economic, social, and so on. For GS paper 1, in GS paper 1, my score was 91. And I think I expected a better score, but I think I was weak in the area of history and modern India. There were some new type of questions. For instance, there was this comparison between Rabindranath Tagore and Mahatma Gandhi. Such questions were asked. So you have to think on spot in these questions. You cannot go with a lot of, with a lot of homework. You have to think and then you have to write within 7 minutes. So that becomes challenging. So my idea for GS paper 1 was to stick to limited number of sources. There is no end to how much you can read. So focus on limited number of sources, and same as Deepti has said that for prelims, the kind of books that you are referring to for modern India spectrum, for ancient, maybe you're doing it from NCERT, so stick to those sources. Society, as she said, it should be more contextual, it should be more current affairs based. So that, the examiner also thinks that, okay, you are updated with, there was a question related to, I think the pandemic, something, not impact of women, it was related to, child, that it was something related to something has been replaced by mobile phones, where stories should have been the companion of children. Aisa karke there was a question, which is again very contextual in the era of the COVID-19 pandemic. So when you write such answers, you have to give a hint that okay, you are aware of what is going around you. That is there, and otherwise it is a more of a static paper, GS paper 1. If we come to GS paper 2, my score was 119, and in that paper, again the key is to write what is asked, as she has said, and if there are multiple parts to the question, we can talk about GS2 and 3 combined, because these are both current affair based papers. Largely they rely on current affairs. So if it is a 2-3 part question, your answer should also have those subheadings so that the examiner knows that you have addressed each part of the question. And also remember, these days aspirants, and even we used to do, we focus a lot on value addition, no? So, but value addition comes in later. The first idea is to at least tackle the question. Have you tackled the question correctly? And uske baad value addition. Uske baad you can add committee reports. Uske baad you can add data and whatever. But the first, your impulse should be to answer the question. For instance, whenever we see a question which is related to poverty, we have a tendency to write all we know about poverty. But the question which is being asked is about poverty and its impact on inequality. So we have to see that, can we make that linkage? Because they are asking us to link poverty with inequality. So that should be kept in mind. Ki pucha kya ja raha hai? GS paper 4, if we talk about, in GS paper 4, my score was 111. And in that paper, again, seeing last year's paper, 2022, we saw that many students were not able to complete the paper. So that was very challenging. So it is very important to write. And I was speaking to Deepti and she also said that she wrote a lot of tests, and so did I, because practice is key here. Completing the paper, not completing the paper is not an option because you lose 10, 20 marks straight, and that makes it even more difficult. Your chances of getting selected even more bleak. So practicing mock tests is key. And more so between your prelims and mains, the time that you have between these two stages of the exam. And case studies, again, she referred to Topper's copy. I also referred to Vishakha Yadav ma'am's copy. She had got very high score in ethics paper. So she used a framework for case studies in which she used to look at the stakeholders, how they are getting affected, what can be the pros, cons of every action. So that should be there in mind. So that whenever you see the question, because last year, the question paper of ethics and especially case study was a lot cryptic. And when I say cryptic is that they are not explicitly asking you something. They are just giving you one or two questions. So you have to decipher that इसमें और क्या-क्या लिख सकते हैं. Because if you write just उतना जितना पूछा गया है, तो you will just finish it in one page and they have given you 3-4 pages to write. So you have to decipher कि इसके आगे इसमें और क्या dimensions ला सकते हैं. तो उसके लिए it is important to have a framework in mind. So that is there. And for the first part of the ethics paper, which is more of how should I say, it is more of static questions are asked over there. So there you need to be ready with examples. I had referred to D.K. Balaji's book on ethics, and that's a good book. He has multiple examples in that book, so that can be referred. That's about GS and essay. For geography, I think my approach from Deepthi was very different. I had read a lot, but I don't think I had consolidated it that well. I did not have a lot of frameworks in mind before going to the exam hall. I thought jaisa question aayega waisa likhenge, but it is a smart idea to have a framework beforehand, and that you realize later on, because that makes your life easier. You know that whatever question is asked, if I have this framework, I can answer any question which is asked. So framework as she was saying that, okay, my answers will have a map, my answers will have some data, some case studies, my answers will have an explanation and then even a counter to what is being asked, just to show the examiner that I'm aware of the various dimensions that this question is referring to. So it is a very good idea to have such a framework in mind. And for me, I think what I had done in geography was more of hard work, and what she has done is more of smart work. And if you can blend both, I think it's the best case scenario. So I think that's all from my side. I hope that this can be of any help to you. Thank you very much for your attention.